and welcome back to another video. If you're new here today, then hello and welcome. I just wanted to add in at the beginning of this video, I'm very sorry that there wasn't a video last week. We went on a little mini holiday. We went camping. It was absolutely lovely. We saw lots of things and really enjoyed it. Apart from it was pretty cold at night. So maybe May isn't the time to go camping. Noted. We'll remember that. So in today's video, we are going to be doing 5 different butterfly ideas that you can either do a full set of or incorporate into a set of nails where it's just a one colour and you have that little special nail that has a butterfly on it. So as I mentioned that we went on holiday, I did take a little bit of footage for a little bit of extra to say sorry for not filming at all last week. I'll see you in a sec. Enjoy. Okay, so on nail number 1, we're going to start this off Really super easy, and we will ease our way in to doing those more detailed nails. So first of all, I'm going to be going in and using some butterfly decal charms, and these charms are from Charlie's Nail Art Supplies. I've mentioned them before in previous video, but I'm going to say again, check out Charlie's Nail Art Supplies website. I'm going to leave the link down in the description below, so check it out. It's really affordable nail art, I promise you. They are literally, a lot of it is less than £1. So go and check them out, fill up your basket, and I've got a code for you as well. And that is Nova10 at checkout to get yourself 10% off. Okay, so here we are, and here are the decals a little bit closer up. They are super cute, and they're 3D, and there's the website there. As I said, it will be in the description down below also, with the Nova10 discount code. So first of all, I'm going in with this yellow from the Beetles Gel Polish range. I just also want to add in that this is not a sponsored video. I'm not sponsored by Beetles at all. So going in, and this will take 2 coats of this yellow, and making sure to cure the nail in between those coats. So once that's all done, I'm going in with this light blue. I'm going to be adding that to the bottom half of the nail. So here we go. I'm just adding it to the bottom half only. And this again will need a couple of coats, because I'm going to be going in and doing a slight ombre to the nail with the yellow and blue. So there's my little sponge that I'm going to use, and just keep dabbing that into the nail until I'm happy with the fade. And once I'd done that, it was at this point when I decided, actually, I think I want to use some dried flowers also. I'm going to go in with the blue and the yellow ones, and these are also, as you saw, from the Charlie's Nail Art Supplies website. So I used my scissors and cut a couple of pieces off and stuck them down with my tweezers on top of some uncured top coat. And at this point, it doesn't matter about, as you can see, some of the stalks are sticking up. You will go ahead and cure them and then go over again with a top coat or whatever else you want to encapsulate it with. But in this time, I used just a top coat to encapsulate these dried flowers onto the nail. Okay, so now it's time for the butterflies, and I'm going to use some Acrygel. It definitely holds the charms on that little bit better than a top coat. Some people do use just a top coat. It definitely does hold it in place, but because these are so big and 3D, they definitely need something that little bit stronger to keep them on the nail. So this is a super easy nail design, but the butterflies definitely take it to that more extra level. Okay, so nail number 2. This is going to be water decals. Another super easy nail just to incorporate into whatever set. So I've got my book of decals here, and I've got a couple of butterfly ones that I'll show you, and we'll pick some out. I'm probably going to use some from different pieces. So let's have a look in here. Right, so looking through my decal book, I'm just flipping through some of the pages. As you can see, there's some butterflies on some of the pages mixed in with some flowers, but I know in here I've definitely got some more. I definitely had my eyes on a certain one, which was this one up here, but there is so many more to choose from. I quite like the idea of those ones, and some on the next page over, these ones here. but at the end of the day, I really do like the idea of these watercoloured water decals. So that's the design I'm going to go for. I'm going in with a white, and that will need 2 coats of that. And then you're going to want to go ahead and cure that in the UV lamp for 60 seconds. And I'm going in with the light blue, and we're just going to be adding this to the white and just making a watercolour effect on the nail. And also a pink. And then finally I'm going in with a green and doing the exact same technique. So I'm really happy with how this turned out, and now there's nothing more to do than to dunk our water decals in some water. So let those soak, and once they start to pull away, it's time to put them on the nail. So I'm just pulling it off of its back cover and then just sliding it onto the nail and getting it into the position that I'm happy with it. And I really like how these have turned out so far with the blue butterfly. Butterfly, okay. With the blue butterfly on the blue watercolour effect, and then of course the pink one over the pink area, and you've probably guessed it by now, but we're going to add a green yellowy butterfly onto the green area. And these ended up looking so artsy and really cute. They would go with any nail set. Obviously, if you just have some monochrome butterflies, it would totally work with the same thing, with a white background and grey or black washy watercolour effect behind the butterfly. Those are those nails done. Up next is nail number 3, and I'm going to be using spider gels, and we're going to create some spider butterflies. We'll see how that works out. Okay, so for this one I'm going in with a grey. I'm going to tone it down a little bit because the other ones have been quite colourful so far, so I'm going to make this one a little bit more neutral. And this took 2 coats again of the grey, and I'm going in with the spider gel. With spider gel, this always ends up looking very abstract, very arty, so it may look kind of messy to some people, but if you're going for that arty look, then this is pretty okay in my books. It's very tricky to get the hang of to begin with, but once you kind of just allow it to do what it wants to do and just accept that that's how it's going to look, I think it ends up looking pretty good. So adding the final butterfly wing onto the nail. And then I'm going to go ahead and cure that in the lamp for only 30 seconds. As these strands are so thin, it won't take long for them to fully cure. I wanted to add a little extra to the nail because it was looking a little bit too basic, but I wanted to keep it more basic than the others to have that more neutral nail. So I'm just using a glittery top coat here and adding some lines onto the nail, and then I added a top coat, and there it is, another nail finished. And finally, on nail number 4 and 5, we are going to do some, of course, nail art. So I'm going to do 2 different butterfly designs on both of these nails, and that will be all of this complete. Okay, so for this nail I'm going in with a very light white creamy colour. It's not fully white, even though it does look it on camera. I'm just going to do 2 coats of that. And then going in with some black and a fine detailing brush. And I'm going to start drawing on some butterflies. And the idea for this nail is that it's supposed to look like it's been sketched out roughly on some paper. So a kind of like a drawing sketch effect of some butterflies. And by doing that, I'm using the black on the uncured wet base coat that I put down, and the colours kind of bleed and blend together. Sometimes they need a little bit of help by pushing the colour around, but the end effect, it makes them look very sketchy and hand drawn. Okay, so this part might scare you. I'm going in with grey because the colour that I used for the base coat, it was showing up a little bit too light on camera. So I'm going in with the grey, and I will be using a sponge and dabbing that away just to give it that little bit more rustic paper effect to the nail. I just also want to add in right now, I'm sorry about my voice right now. I haven't been very well. So thanks for putting up with this rough voiceover. And there we are, that nail is finished. So now we're going to go on to the last nail of the set. Okay, so I'm going in with a pastel yellow this time and adding that to the nail, and you guessed it, we're going to be putting down 2 coats of this. Okay, and leaving the second coat of the base layer still wet and uncured, I'm going in with this brighter yellow and doing the same effect that we did on the water decal nails, and just spreading that around, making it look very painted. When I think of butterflies and drawing butterflies, I always think of a very artistic flair of doing it, whether that's rough sketching, especially watercolour. So when I'm drawing in my sketchbook, I normally gravitate towards watercolour. So this is what I'm aiming for. So we're going in and doing the background very wishy-washy, but we will add some more sense to the background in just a second. Okay, so here we are. I'm going in with a darker green and outlining the leaves. Yep, that is what they are. You'll see it come to life in just a second. So I'm going to be doing that to all the leaves and the pink flower, giving it more of a purpose on the nail and not looking so wishy-washy. Wishy-washy is good, but not that blurry. So at this point, I had gone ahead and given it a top coat of matte top coat, just to make this process of doing the butterfly that much easier. So here I am going in with a white and mapping out where I want the butterfly to be on the flower. And then I went ahead and cured the butterfly, and going in with a black detailing brush and adding in all the details onto this little tiny butterfly. And there it is, butterflies done. We've just got to put on a glossy top coat, and I thought we'll just add some rhinestones right at the end just to give it that little bit extra, and this would look great with just some like yellow nails or like a nude ombre with yellow. This will definitely be that accent nail pop to that set. And there it is, complete. And that is the end of the video. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like, it really helps the channel out. And if you haven't already, please do click the subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one. Happy creating, bye!